After pulling out hidden boxes stuffed with ballots, footage analyzed by Gateway Pundit reveals Freeman apparently scanning the same stack of ballots over and over again. Surveillance cameras show these poll workers watched and waited until the GOP observers and reporters had left the room before they resumed scanning their ballots. These 4 workers then continued counting uninterrupted for over 3 hours until sometime after 1 in the morning. During this time, Ruby Freeman, as seen here in this video, repeatedly scanned the same batch of ballots at least 3 times, which is highly illegal, and it's all captured on tape. Freeman was working with her daughter, Wandrea Moss, who was also her election supervisor, and was also caught on camera as one of the 4 workers who remained behind after election monitors were forced to leave the building. Georgia's officials have made serious efforts to dismiss the evidence presented on these videos, but so far there has been no explanation as to why Ruby Freeman scanned the same ballots multiple times.
They said the 2020 election was the most secure in history, but the numbers don't lie, and neither does the data on these machines. Well, we're opening up a season with a watershed moment for American transparency. A Georgia judge just greenlit the investigation to 315,000 suspect ballots. That within itself is over 25 times the margin of victory. People are starting to talk, and the silence is finally breaking. But wait until you see what happens when the experts are forced to answer under oath. I'm going to show you the exact moment the narrative crumbles in a second. But first, watch this.
There were several states involved.
And which time period are you referring to?
This was 2020.
Before or after the election?
During the election.
Foreign penetration, foreign actors on.
Now let that sink in for a moment. Think about this. Fulton County is demanding nearly $700,000 just to let the public see the evidence they've been sitting on for 5 years. They're treating transparency like a ransom note. If there's nothing to hide, why is the truth so expensive? We're seeing a massive spike in numbers that just doesn't pass the smell test. And I'm getting to specific evidence of machine tampering in a moment. And it's gonna shock you, but you need to see this testimony first. Here it is.
Your examination
Maricopa.
of any of these Dominion systems, have you seen any indication of non-election personnel
CEO of a cyber company
remotely accessing a Dominion system?
Yes.
Can you tell us about that?
I too have reviewed a series of emails produced by Dominion in which they're discussing remoting into Gwinnett County, Georgia.
We can see it now. The DOJ is finally waking up, but maybe just a little bit late, because the American people have been sounding this alarm since election night. Fani Willis tried to hunt down everyone who questioned the results, calling it a conspiracy, but the paper trail is finally screaming. We're looking at a system that lags behind third world countries in basic integrity. Is it a glitch, or is it a feature of a corrupt machine? Well, I've got the receipts on foreign interference next, but check out how they react when they're caught red-handed in this clip. Listen.
You also mentioned Dominion remotely connecting to election systems, but you don't have any evidence that occurred in Georgia, correct?
There was one county. I've seen a lot of Dominion emails. I've had to translate Dominion emails from Serbian to English to verify the technical questions I was being asked about them, to verify that it was translated properly. So
it's your testimony that there is evidence of Dominion remotely accessing Georgia election equipment?
yes, on the one county. It was included with stuff that I was researching and reading through, considering Colorado. Michigan was also involved, and there were other ones.
To your understanding, is Dominion able to remotely connect to these election systems?
Yes.
Are they able to do that without detection?
Yes.
And are you aware of any instances in which that has occurred?
Yes.
Wow.
Can you identify those instances?
One would be the Denver, Colorado server was requested to grant Belgrade, only Belgrade. I did search. There is a Belgrade, Montana. Again, why would Montana need to connect into a Colorado file transfer server as part of the election system? And there are other components and things that were done in the background concerning the database and the configure of the database server that still do not have an engineering change order, because if somebody works in an operational environments for a lot of different things, what I will tell you is sometimes things break or you have a problem and you have to fix it. and you submit a change request, or in this case, an engineering change order that's retroactive, right? You want it to go back and make sure that you record the process so that you have change management and integrity of the system. If you do not record changes, you lead yourself down a very bad road.
$670,000 for these ballots? Because when human eyes finally hit the paper, the coincidences stop being believable. We aren't just talking about machine spikes, we're talking about actual witnesses who saw the physical evidence of the heist in real time. This isn't just a glitch, it's a gut punch. Listen to this witness, this lady, as she described the exact moment her stomach turned as she watched impossible pile after pile of 100% Biden ballots roll through the scatters in a county that supposedly had no irregularities. And this is the dynamic that they don't want you to see. The moment the truth became a sickness. Watch this.
I estimated that somewhere between 80 and 90% were going to Joe Biden.
Military
Throughout
ballots.
the day, it kept making me sicker and sicker every time I saw another Biden, Biden, Biden. And then I'm going through batches. 100% of the batches were Biden. I find that statistically impossible.
Statistically impossible? That was her word for it, and the data backs her up. Fani Willis can charge whoever she wants with a conspiracy, but she can't charge the math. We're looking at a system that lags behind third world countries in basic integrity because these holes are being exploited in plain sight. We have the receipts, we have the witnesses, and now we have the bill for the cover-up. Now this is my last clip, y'all. It's only a few minutes long, and trust me, you don't want to miss a word, because when Patrick Byrne lets loose and spills the beans on Smartmatic and Dominion, and really, he says it better. Most of us don't even know this. You gotta hear this. He goes, in. So pay close attention and rewind so you don't miss something, because every time he says something is ultra important. I had to go back 3 times myself just to catch it all. And I'm telling you, it's gonna blow your mind the same way it blew mine. And pay special attention when he mentions Serbia and how they influenced our election.
So I remember you back during the 2020 theft saying Serbia, and we later learned 2024 shut down. So how does Serbia tie in?
Serbia is actually the center of gravity of all of this. Venezuela is sort of its cradle, but there's a place in Serbia, and Serbia is the western edge of the Chinese sphere of influence, although it's up for grabs, and there's some really good Serbians that we should be friendly with. There's a headquarters there that's the real technical headquarters. The Dominion headquarters in Denver is just a front. And the truth is, whether you're buying Smartmatic machines like LA County or Dominion or Hart or ES&S, at the end of the day, the machines, it's just a different ornament on the. It's the same Smartmatic factory in Taiwan. It just gets a different label at the end of the assembly line, and they're all built so they can be penetrated from this place in Serbia.
The Trump admin has confirmed, people in the room is coming out, that they have cell phone accessing hardware in all the machines.
Oh, yeah. We have all these records and of things being changed. And it's not anything you can find unless you get to what Tina Peters did. Even if you try to run reports on the system, it's not going to show. It's because all the cheating is, they have designed the system. So there's no good audit of the system. There's no good.
Oh, we've had people, people hack businesses now. They'll put a fake screen up for you while they have the back screen.
Right.
What is this video that Trump just put out too that shows, re-roll it, this woman, it looks like a thumb drive she's pocketing and putting in her pocket.
Oh, yeah.
Unroll it. Yeah, what is this going on here?
This was, I think maybe in Fulton. I may have the county wrong. But it's just that they're doing all kinds of hanky-pankies with votes, running them again, running them again, running them again. You know, they can make 50 votes. They get 190 votes, say, in one stack. They go through and they pick the ones that are most Democratic, make a new substack, go and run it again and again and again. Suddenly you're banking up thousands of Democratic votes out of nowhere. But only by comparing the actual photographs can you really get at the detail and see at the microscope.
How big is it? They confirm, what, 375,000?
Yeah, but there's so much more. There's so much.
With just Georgia, though.
That's just Georgia. But the issue is Georgia was lost by 11,000 votes, or Biden won by 11,000 votes. I should emphasize this. I didn't even vote for Trump in 2020. I'm a straight libertarian. I've changed. I voted for him.
I interviewed you days before January 6th. Like, well, I'm not even a Trump guy, but I'm investigating that.
Yeah, it was just, we can't have a Bolshevik revolution. So we had so many of these, not just anecdotes. We had in Georgia, this bounty hunter I mentioned, he had a girl with purple hair, looked like Antifa, sort of walk into the county election head warehouse, and there were different piles of ballots, and they should all be identical, printed at the same printer, and she snatched 3 different samples from 3 different piles. We got them to a team, ex-FBI paper forensic examiners. That's where I was New Year's Day 2021 at the guy's home garage laboratory, and they were comparing, and they said they gave an affidavit that said 2 of these ballots come from one print shop and 1 comes from another. They can look at the ink refractivity, how it bounces off. They can look at all these things I would never have thought to look at, but it's like literally like the difference in ink and such. And they say 2 of the ballots are from one print shop, like from a legitimate. This ballot is from a different shop, and it should not be. It's a different printing company. And then it got actions were taken, and a Dominion executive, and I only know this not due to my lawsuits because I'm in the middle of a whole bunch of nonsense in D.C. Anything I say, they try to say, well, you're getting this out of the discovery. An executive at Dominion, who was down in Atlanta, Georgia, called for some Senate bill or Senate decision was made to get all the materials that were there at such an hour. So a Dominion executive called a shredding company to send over, a big shredding truck, and they moved 3,000 pounds into it. They got military grade shredded, but we were recovered, and we had them in a garage, and the FBI showed up and made them take them.
Crazy. Patrick Byrne on X, Enemy Within, docuseries.com.
As you can see, when Patrick Burns cuts loose, y'all, he comes with the heat, y'all, doesn't he? Spewing it raw and uncut. This video with him and Alex Jones is a wildfire, and it's burning down the internet. I'd like to thank y'all for watching till the end, for it truly helps us grow. And if you're ready for the full detox, click that link up there above, subscribe to this channel, and leave a comment while you're down there. Is 100% batching votes for Biden? Is that a real true batch? Or you think the fix was in? Let's hear it.